Hi everybody, I'm Kirsty Meekin from Naio Nails. In this video, I'm going to show you our brand new ombre brush. Yes, no need to make your own anymore. We have them for sale. Oh my god, let's test it out and see how good it is. I'm going to do 3 different ones today. And first of all, I'm going to start off with what I would say is probably the most difficult ombre to do. Which is what, Adam?
Vertical.
No,
Just a pink and white then?
that's the one.
Alright, okay.
A French ombre is really difficult to do. I'm going to use Beauty Beneath. So this is going to be the pink nude that I'm going to use. Look how similar that is to the brush. Oh my god. For the white, I'm going to use Snow White. The old faithful Snow White. And I'm also going to use Flower Girl from the Nude Pink collection. And I'm going to start with the Beauty Beneath at the top. And I'm going to pull it down about halfway. And I'm going to get the white. I'm going to push it up so it touches the nude colour. Pull that down. And I'm going to take the brush, start to tap through the middle. And I'm going to go from the middle down. So those colours have mixed together now. And the more we go down, the more white will mix with that colour. And that's what will give you that graduation and that ombre. And now we're going to flip this round. I'm going to clean that brush off. Make sure it's dry. I'm going to go into the colour here through the centre. Tapping. And we're going to tap, tap, tap. And go side to side. Bringing that middle colour down. And we're going to do that twice. Now you can see here a tiny bit where I want it to blend a little bit more. I'm just going to tap it again. Clean my brush. You can tap any bits that you want to blend a little bit more. You're just going to tap them though. Don't pull it. So we're going to do that one more time. So we've got 2 coats of colour on. We're going to do the same again. And if you see the brush, it's thicker at the bottom than it is at the top. It's kind of like I had a haircut. So those little wispy bits are very good for tapping. But towards the stock of the brush, it's a lot more firmer. It's got a lot of firmness to the bottom. And that's what you need in an ombre brush. So I'm going side to side and gently coming down. Then I'm going to clean my brush. I'm cleaning it in the gel residue wipe off solution. Make sure it's dry. You don't want any of that solution in there. It will evaporate from the brush quite quickly. And then I'm going to come this way. So gently tapping. So because both polishes aren't cured and they're both wet, that's what's going to allow them to ombre really well. I'm going to pop that into the lamp. Now when I do a French ombre, this is what I like to do. We're now going to use Flower Girl. Now this is more transparent. Transparent colours are easier to ombre. So it's going to add a little bit more pink. So like more of a pinky tone to that nude. And then we're going to drag it down. About 3/4 of the way down. Then we're going to use the ombre brush and we're actually going to drag and tap at the same time. You can see that fades it a lot better. Alright, I'm going to pop that in the lamp. I'm going to get top coat. Put that on the bottom third. Then I'm going to get the Flower Girl from Nude Collection. Drag that down. And then we'll use the ombre brush again to tap and ever so slightly dragging that into, just getting back up here because I want it to blend a little bit further down. Pop that into the lamp. Now we're going to top coat. Just to smooth that and seal it in. Pop that in the lamp. While that's in the lamp, I'm going to show you how to ombre a few different colours. So I'm going to show you a black and red. Now I think a black and red ombre looks so classy. So you're going to put your black down first. So this is slightly different than the one we've just done. It's going to come down about halfway. We're not going to put the red on. We're going to go straight in to the black. Tap and pull. So we're stretching the colour down. So that's the first step. Cure that. There's our little French ombre. It's so beautiful. We'll put that to the side. Then we're going to go in with the red. So you're going to go about halfway again. And tap. and start to stretch the colour down. So it's starting to blend already, but it needs another coat. So we pop that in. So we're going to do another coat of the black. You want to do it nice and thin. Pat and stretch. Side to side. Patting and stretching down the nail. And cure. This is your second layer of Heartbreaker, again going up halfway. And then patting. Stretching the product. I want to blend a little bit higher, so I've just gone a little bit higher. I'm coming back in just to blend again. I wasn't 100% happy with that. When you get right to the top, you can just sweep back. Then I'm going to pop that in the lamp. I'm going to show you one little trick that you can do with the black. When you're ombreing from black to a colour, you can use top coat and the black. So you've got serious black. I'm going to take one of the silicone tools, pick a bit of black up, mix. Bringing that down, take off the excess off your brush, and tap, 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 tap. And that will blend it perfectly. Pop that in the lamp. So adding that clear to the black, well, adding the tiniest amount of black to the clear top coat will give it that sort of ghosting effect and just give you that perfect transition colour. I'm going to finish that now by top coating it to seal it all in and smooth the nail. Pop that in the lamp. And then for my last trick, I'm going to show you how to ombre the luminous colours. So I'm going to use Hazard, which is the bright yellow, and Radical Pink, which is obviously pink. I'm going to put the yellow towards the top. Go halfway, get Radical Pink and push the product up. So sort of get behind it and push it up and bring it down. Take it back now, y'all.
One hop this time.
2 hops this time. Right. Into the colours. And pat. So what do yellow and pink make?
Bit of a dirty orange.
Like a corally orange, yeah. I quite like that. So I'm going to go down the nail now. Then I'm going to go in the other direction. I've cleaned my brush. Then I'm going to go back into that transition colour where they mix. And go side to side. And start to bring that down. Ever so slowly creeping up the nail. Then I'm going to cure that. And we're going to repeat that again. So we've got the 3 nails there. So we had the French ombre. So don't forget I did that a little bit different than I've done all the rest. All these colours were done slightly different. That's why I've shown you 3 examples. I love the French ombre and I love the black and red. Very classy. Very Christian Louboutin. Still haven't got a pair. Still waiting for somebody behind me. And then the last one, the neon one, that luminous colour. Well, that's actually a glow-in-the-dark ombre. Because the luminous gel polish is glow-in-the-dark. So how cool is that? So there you are. 3 different ways to do an ombre using the new ombre brush. So you can see that there are shorter hairs at the bottom. And then in the middle, running through, is the longer hairs. And they are the hairs that will help you get that ombre perfectly. So yeah, guys, I hope you've enjoyed this video. Don't forget to check us out on Facebook and Instagram and all that shebang. And I'll see you guys in the next video. So please keep watching. Bye-bye.
That is serious black, isn't it?
Yeah.
The tiniest little bit and it still looks quite as pigmented as...
Yeah.
The time is 15:37.
Shut up, Siri.